Come on then, Luke. What's happening? What's happening in the world?
George, I have a serious issue that needs to be
You got
solved.
a serious issue? What's wrong with you?
Dear George and Luke.
Hello, dear.
I felt this...
What's this? Is this what's wrong with you? You're actually part robot. All this time, he's been an android, simply programmed for us to get along. Look at that. Luminous he is. Human being, part wired up with LED lights. Look. What happens when I press
Don't
this
press that button, George. Right. Right, listen.
All of the secrets come out.
Listen.
Listening.
I felt disgusted.
You should have.
When I found out
that my friend was a robot.
When I found out my mum was posing in an adult magazine.
Oh, no. Well, listen, mate.
Listen.
There's only one thing you've got to do about that. Send the magazine to us so we can check out the pictures, right? We're gonna have a look and we'll tell you.
And put it on our bedroom wall.
We'll tell you how bad it is.
Dear George, right? My 42-year-old dad still regularly gets...
Fucking hell, I thought he was going to go into that as well. She's on this page, he's on that page. Centerfold with her is this big. Centerfold with him, you have to unfold it a bit longer in order to see the full shebang.
He still regularly gets old-fashioned top shelf. Is that still a thing? Do they still do those?
Yeah, it still exists. I'll have you know, Luke.
They still exist.
I'm quite aware that it still exists.
So he still picks up good old-fashioned top magazine.
Good old-fashioned. He has a good old-fashioned. Him and my mum, they go into the bedroom for a good old-fashioned. That's a great time, both of them. And I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted because I can't stand the idea that my parents actually fornicate. Bloody hell. Why do I even exist? Why did that have to be the reason for it? Disgusting.
He's been buying it for 25 years. And
he buys the magazine that his partner is in.
So his dad...
Yeah.
Regularly gets the magazine, and he's been doing it for 42 years.
Wait,
right?
no,
for 25 years.
But his mum is in I'm
getting to that, George.
His mum's in a pornographic magazine.
I'm getting to that, George.
And his dad buys the magazine that the mum is in.
He knows I do, and so does my mum. But when I turned to the Reader's Wife section of the latest issue, there she was, my mum.
Wait, I don't understand this. What do you mean he knows I do? What, he knows I know?
He knows, the dad knows, that the 25-year-old son has a peek at the magazines that his dad buys.
Basically, right, when dad's done whacking off to him, right, I just take him out of the drawer, go, you done with that, dad? Yeah, don't worry, sad. He's toweling himself off with a bit of tissues, right? Yeah, he's rolling around. Yeah, there you go, sad, you can have that magazine. Give it back to me, your dad. You know, I'll be ready for it again, Dad.
Pretty much.
It's a very, very close relationship this boy has with his father.
Well, I'm wondering at this point if the mum just wanted to be in the magazine so she could get some attention.
That's what I was thinking. I just had the same thought. You never give me any time. How am I going to get him to look at me? How am I going to get him? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call that magazine. I'm going to send him a picture of this. Then he's going to have his hand sliding right down into his underpants, right? And he's going to be feeling himself, having a right good time, looking at a bottom that ain't mine, until he realises that is my bottom. I think it's fantastic. That's a story. That's a brilliant story. That he's literally there having a great time, you know, in the throngs of passion for a singular glossy page, until he realises that's his own wife who he's masturbating to. And first he's like, oh my God, that's my wife. She's actually right there in the bed next to me, right? Or in the next room. And that's mine. And then he has a second realisation, which is, how many other blokes are jerking off to this right now as well? Oh my God, they've all seen my wife. Ah!
Hey, well...
Maybe it'd turn him on.
He goes on to say, all right, my mates mostly look at internet porn like I do.
That's brilliant. What sort of friends have you got? You need to get some new friends. My mates mostly look at internet porn. It's like, today we have been mostly drinking pineapple juice. My mates mostly look at internet. Do they talk about, you know, movies? No. Well, not those kinds of movies. Do they have any passions? No. Do they go to school?
Internet porn.
No, they don't go to school. No. Do they listen to music? No. My friends mostly watch internet porn. They have this hand on a phone, which they speak to me with, and the other hand is always permanently wrapped around their Johnson. Can't extract it. It's all glued on.
Right.
Delicious.
but it's still possible one of them.
Ew,
one of them.
delicious.
One of them could see it.
The words that pop into my head.
All
delicious for somebody.
Well, well for you, hopefully, George. Well, unless that's the way you're inclined, it's absolutely fine. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
You know what they say about pineapple juice?
We do now. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. They both know I've seen the magazine, as in my mum and my dad, but neither of them have said anything, and I can hardly speak to them. I feel totally disgusted. George and Luke, what should I do? By the way, you guys are the coolest, most awesome guys.
No, you're the coolest. You're the coolest, most awesome guy on the planet. I just said so it's a fact. And Luke just thought it, so it's even double the fact.
The coolest guy.
You are the coolest guy.
So you don't need to worry because you're the coolest guy.
Get the picture of your mum. We want a picture of you, and we're going to frame it. We're going to put it right up there. Now listen, here's the thing. If you feel disgusted when looking at a picture of your mother in the magazine, how do you think all those other people's families think when you look at those other women in that magazine and you have a good time? Do you look at that sexy lady and think, I wonder what a mum thinks of this. I wonder what a child thinks of this. I wonder what a sister Peggy thinks of this. No, you don't. You just look at her and think, oh yeah, she's alright, is she? Now here's the thing. I'm not saying that that's not hard, okay? I can't say that I've been in your position, and it can't be very nice. And I imagine probably the worst thing for you is thinking, what if someone sees it? You know, your friends are all into porn, but listen, right?
Internet porn, George.
They're into like the free stuff, right? They're going online. They ain't going into like shops and going, can I get that off that top shelf?
I genuinely didn't know that even happened anymore.
Your friends aren't going to see it. The only way in which they might discover it is if you're stupid enough to send a message to some public people like us so that we end up talking about it on the internet, and then your friends discover that and they go, oh wait, that's our mate. Oh, let's get it. So you shouldn't have done that. But listen, right, if you ignore it, it's probably going to go away. The thing is as well is to try and make it a little bit better for you, just try and think about the fact that there was a time when human beings didn't have any clothes, okay? There are still tribes that exist in rare places where they still pretty much have no clothes, and even if the women cover themselves a bit, they kind of walk around with
that's how I prefer to have it around here, George. You know.
Yeah, I know.
We've got the camera on at the moment.
As soon as the camera goes off, the clothes just get thrown at the wall. But the thing is think about it like it's. In some cultures, it's completely normal. The naked body is just naked, and in most cases, it isn't sexual. Now, in this case, it is sexual, right? She's put herself in a sexy magazine, but she's not actually doing anything. You haven't said like she's making love to my dad and it's disgusting and they're in a magazine. That would be pretty hard. It's literally just. She's naked. It could be like the same thing as being on a nudist beach or whatever. Try not to make too big a deal out of it. The other thing is try to assume that if she did it, maybe it came from a desperate place. Maybe she was feeling unattractive. She was feeling like someone needed to make her feel beautiful because maybe your dad wasn't doing it. So in that regard, you don't need to feel angry with your mother because she needed something, and probably what she did is maybe safer in that relationship than, say, cheating on your dad, going off to try and find validation in a new man, right? But really, it's like, if that's the case, if your friends find out, then just be like, yeah, so, you know, I got an attractive enough mum to do that. Have you? You know, have you got that? Like, try to really own it. Be like, yeah, well, I'd like to see your mum do it, you know? I'd like to see her have the confidence to do it. I'd like to see other men pay to see pictures of your mum naked, right? That's how cool my mum is, right? And then you can even be like, yeah, you guys all love porn, right? But I bet your parents are all sort of like prudish around it. They don't like to talk about it. They pretend like they think it's disgusting. I got a cool mum. I got a mum who can just go with it and be like, yeah, get with the times, man. Now, either way, there are going to be certain emotional repercussions that are difficult to struggle with. But put it this way, right? Us looking at you, your family, your mum, we don't care, do we, Luke? We're not like, disgusting. We got no hate for you, no hate for your mum. We wouldn't make fun of you.
Well, I love for your mum based on what you told us.
Yeah, it's like...
It's quite a brave, confident thing for your mum to have done as well, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Like, to put yourself in a magazine, it's not an easy thing, you know, an easy feat.
Especially like that.
Yeah. Revealing all that.
Easy feet. She got easy feet. No, you can't touch the rest of me, but my feet...
They're easy.
My feet are easy.
They're no mean feet. They're an easy feet.
But Yeah, just try not to make a big deal of it. It hasn't gone too far. Look at it as like maybe it's actually something that will strengthen your parents' marriage, right? Maybe your dad will get a bit jealous and be like, oh my God, and then he'll start giving her some extra attention. So maybe the relationship will get better, your family life will get better. Your friends will probably never find out.
No,
but
they're not gonna find out.
If they do, you know, at the end of the day, like, to be perfectly honest, if your mum is sexy, they've already noticed, right?
Yeah, of course they have.
Friends notice real quick when the mum is hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're probably
all been there, haven't we, George?
they're already picturing her like that. They're already thinking, oh my God, your mum's fucking, oh my gee, oh my. So they're already thinking about it. So calm down, right? Carry on and send us a copy of the magazine with the page number circled. That is your mum, just so we can have some photographic evidence. Thanks very much. Send it quick. Send it quick.
Send it right now. Send it right now.
We need it, or we don't believe you. Please
we're gonna,
send
we're
it.
Gonna, we're gonna put it behind us.
My eyesight's not very good, so if you wouldn't mind, just get us a blown up poster, right? About like 60 by 90 inches minimum, right? And just send us that and write your mum's name in bold type in the bottom right corner. Just
maybe
so
get it laminated
and the address.
Get it laminated.
Just send the address. And also, we are going to have a word with. We're going to have a word with your mum to make sure this never happens again. So make sure to send us her phone number as well, so we can really take care of the situation. Okay?
I well and truly think that problem is absolutely.
Stop worrying. Stop worrying. It's fine.
Totally.
She's only human.
Fine.
She's only human.
So.